Hello my friends, and welcome to my video exploring ancient Greek coins of Athens, Greece. We're going to talk about their history, their story, and see various different examples through the ages that were struck in Athens, Greece. First, let me tell you who I am. My name is Ilya Zlobin, expert enthusiast and dealer in ancient coins. I make videos like this about ancient coinage. My site is TrustedCoins.com. There you have my articles and links to my eBay store. Alright guys, let's get started. So over here, I have a collection of many different types of ancient coins. A lot of these coins are actually known by the moniker as Athenian Owls. The finest example that I have here is this one, in mint state from circa 455 to 440 BC. What's nice about this coin specifically is that the artistic style of the die, the centering, and you also see in the ancient coins of Athens, you see this 3D high relief portraiture. But one thing to realize about ancient coins is that not all of them were made the same. Each one was struck by hand and had to be centered and struck with the right artistic dies, and the dies would wear out. And you would have basically each coin have its own characteristics. Like for example, this flan crack over here. On the back of this coin, they were testing the silver content. This is called a test cut. In ancient times, the Athenians actually issued coinage where they silver plated a bronze coin. So when merchants got this coin, they wanted to verify that this was an actual full silver issue, and that's how they tested it. Oftentimes, this test strike could be in the middle where it actually detracts from the coin, but not on this one. So this could have been on the top of her head or on the front of this coin. So let's just go through these various different types. I have Athenian coins in silver and bronze with all the various different denominations. So let's go to the first coin over here and check out this coin. Obol is probably one of the smallest denominations you could have of the Athenian coins. So on the front we have Athena, on the back we have the owl, hence the Athenian Owl. The Athenians had a vast empire in the 400s BC that stretched on their coast of Greece to the western coast, where we now known as Ionian Greek cities, which are now modern day Turkey. So here we have a coin from circa 454 to 404 BC. So why is this coin so small? Well, when you had a bigger coin like a tetradrachm coin like this one, you needed to give people pocket change. So the change would be in coins like this that were easily recognizable. By the way, guys, if you want to look these up, either there's a link on the bottom of this video to the article with exact links to these coins, or to search my store for more Athenian coins. But if you go on ebay.com and type in I 59901, I use the letter I so that this way it differentiates things from other terms on eBay. Now, let's move on to this coin. So, unlike the first coin that I showed you, this coin comes from a different time period. You're going to notice the stylistic differences in these different coin types. You see the Athena is a little bit of a different style here as opposed to this one, right? We have this one and then we have this one. And the owl too is a little bit of a different design on this one. So what we have here is a coin from circa 320 BC to about 294 BC. So we're talking about a 2,300-year-old coin from around the time a little bit after Alexander the Great's conquest and his death in 323 BC. So this amazing coin is also interesting to collect because you want to collect, if you're an Athenian owl collector or an Athenian coin collector, you want to collect the different types through the ages. The more archaic ones, the ones, let's say, there are 480 BC to like 460 BC, are quite more rare. So this coin, we have a coin of Mark Antony that is probably struck at Athens. I can't guarantee it 100%, but in the books, it's most likely referenced to Athens. So during the Roman time period, that this coin was struck in circa 333 BC, we have this denarius denomination coin struck at what ostensibly is Athens, Greece, as the Romans controlled the Greek areas in their Roman Empire. Next, let's move on to this coin. So this style is a little bit different from this one. You see this one's from circa 455 to 440 BC. So this, what's interesting also about this coin is that it's a transitional style coinage, because you're going to also see on the back of this owl, the previous era coins, they had the head of the owl slightly turned like this. So you're going to see on this coin from circa 440 BC, where the owl's head is a little bit different. You see the style? You see also this owl is a little bit different looking than this one. Next, we're going to move on to this coin. This is a bronze coin of Athens, circa 2nd century AD. So we're talking about a later coin, but what's interesting about it is that it has the Greek hero of Athens called Themistocles. You may want to click on the link and read more information about him. But this coin, we have the traditional Athena, the patron goddess of Athens. And on the back, we have Themistocles on top of a ship holding a trophy. And you have an eagle to the left. More information is right there. So, very interesting type. So we're talking about 2nd century AD during Roman times. Next, what this coin illustrates is the influence of Athenian owls in other territories around the ancient Greek kingdoms. So this coin is from Arabia Felix and ostensibly of the Sabaean kingdom from the 1st century BC. So what's interesting about it is that it actually is a mixture of various influences. You see, you have the laureate male head with long hair. So what I would describe this as is it's similar to the coinage of the Romans. It looks to me like Apollo, based on my, historical research with the different gods and goddesses, because Apollo was very popular. But the back, the reverse, is what we're interested in. The reverse pays homage to the Athenian owls that circulated probably for hundreds of years, especially the new style ones that were used for trade. See, you have a crude stylistic owl on this coin that is standing on top of an overturned amphora. Amphora was used for shipping of olive oil and perhaps even wine in these kinds of casks made of clay. So this coin we're talking about from circa 160 to 130 BC. Next, as we're talking about the transitions of the owls, what they looked like a little bit earlier as we were checking here, we have a coin from circa 111 BC. So this coin is probably contemporary, meaning it's from the same time period as what is called the New Style Owl. Why is it called the New Style? Because the style was changed from these kinds of types to this kind of more elaborate looking, slightly different coin with the Athenian Owl standing atop an overturned amphora. Notice the homage. Notice that it's similar time periods. So this coin is very interesting. You're going to notice on the back of the coin, we have these various different letters. The ancient Greeks, they had magistrates, and they would put the names of the magistrate on their coins. And they would put also various different symbols around. And we have on this coin Artemis as a torch bearer. In the Romans, she's known as Diana Lucifera. Oh, actually it's Demeter holding 2 torches. Okay, we have Demeter in the right field. So sometimes it could be like a Pegasus, various other different symbols. So that's very, very interesting. So here we have another owl, and we're talking about grades. Usually the coins in the higher grades, they command higher premiums. But one of the things to note is that you should be buying the actual coin and not specifically these numbers on the slabs. Because sometimes coins could be in a MS condition, but the strike could be off center, the style is ugly, flat strikes, uneven surfaces, things like this. On this coin, we have a choice XF coin that's from circa 440 BC with a nice artistic style of Athena, nice centering, and one of the things also to watch out for on the ancient coins. The coins of the Athenian Owls are oftentimes valued more based on the, see this helmet? When you have one with the full helmet, where you have these little lines coming out of the helmet like this, that's called a full crest. And sometimes the slabs say full crest, but sometimes they don't. But you could notice that the full crested coins, they're valued as higher, more coveted of these Athenian owl types. Even though a coin like this with beautiful strike and centering like this is still beautiful nonetheless. What I try to do is find for my customers the most beautiful coins in existence for a reasonable price. You see, like the owl is also pretty. The strike is nice. The surface is nice. All the stuff is really nice. Notice that it's strike 5.5 and surface 5.5. Next. This is an interesting type. So here we have a mint state coin from the Near East or Egypt. So here's some more information about it. But basically put is that this is a very, very rare type where it's in the style of the Athenian Owls, but struck at a Near East or ancient Egypt mint. So that makes it a lot more rare than even like one of these types, because these don't even often come on the market. The style is also actually really fantastic, but the differences are only slight to show the difference between the actual Athens Greece mint issue and this Near East or Egypt mint issue. So this coin is absolutely stunning. Very rare for the issue. The strike is fantastic. It's a rare type, and also an interesting type of Athenian owl to collect in mint state. Very, very interesting, because historically Athens had a powerful influence on the ancient historical times. So what we have here is a drachm coin from circa 134 to 133 BC. How are these dated? There are whole reference books about them, such as, Handbook of Greek Coins, Volume 2, 1635. So we have on the front Athena, and on the back the owl on an overturned amphora. So that's very interesting. So I'm going to explain the coinage system between the two. So I'm going to show you this coin specifically because it's from around the same time period, within like 20, 30 years of each other. So Basically, this is called a tetradrachm coin. What you could equivalent it to in modern language is like the US dollar coin, which split up into, this is a tetradrachm, means four drachma coin. 4 drachmas means that you could break it into 4 of these smaller types of coins. The smaller type of coin would be circa 4 something grams, and this guy would be circa 16 and a half, 17 and a half grams. So you would just have a quarter of that for the drachm. The hemidrachm would have half the weight about of this guy. So now let's check out this coin. This coin is from circa 450 to 404 BC. And what's interesting about it is that it's also a drachm denomination, which means it's a quarter of this. So this would be the change you would get when you would break this guy into 4 of these guys. The drachm, the tetradrachm, 4 of these. You would get 4 of these for 1 of these. So we have Athena in the front and the similar design as on this coin on the back, on the front and the back. So let's move on to this coin. So this is a diobol denomination, circa 400 to 353 BC. We have Athena on the front, and the design is slightly different on the back. Perhaps because it's a double-bodied owl, that was a way to signify that it was a diobol, or 2 obols. When, if we remember, we have a single obol coin like this. So you would get, if you broke this, you would get 2 of these coins in exchange. So that's kind of interesting. So now that we've checked out all the NGC certified coins, let's move on to a little bit of the coins left. We're almost done, guys. I hope you're enjoying this video as much as I am talking about the history and the variety of the different types. All right, so what we have here is a circa 166 BC coin that is noticeable of the style of the new style Greek tetradrachm coins. And so on the front we have Athena, and on the back we have the owl standing on top of the overturned amphora. And the symbol for Athens would be this little letter O with the little thing inside it. That stands for th sound. So Athens, basically short for Athens. So the owl of Athena in the back, we have the Athens and it's within a wreath. So very interesting type. These are also interesting types to explore. A lot of people don't explore these types, and I hope you're enjoying this because you're getting a first-hand experience that most people in the world don't get to enjoy. If you go to some place where it's behind the glass or somewhere where people don't explain these things and don't have such a passion for them, you wouldn't get the same experience. You're getting this on you could get it on your iPhone if you wanted to. So we have another coin from circa 25 to 19 BC. So we're talking about Athens during the time of Roman Emperor Augustus. And on the back, what's interesting is that it has a Sphinx on it with the symbols for Athens around. So just imagine the power. And notice also, like on my ring, this is an ancient coin of Crete, Itanos, with Athena on it. Athena was a very, very popular goddess. On the back of this coin is also an owl. So very popular motif Athens and different Greek city-states shared. So this one is very important to also to look at. This one is not from Athens, but this was a colony of Athens. Athens colonized different places and spread their culture all over the place. That is one of the reasons, for example, Alexander the Great is so important, because he spread the Greek culture all the way east as far as he went to northern India. So what we're going to notice about this coin is that it has a similar motif to the Athenian Owls. Why does it have it? Because it was a colony of Athens. So we have Athena facing, which is really cool actually. And this coin we're from 355 to 334 BC. So Alexander the Great is a child maybe around this time. So he was 336 BC. He started his reign, and he died in 323 BC. So very interesting. So he just starts his reign in this colony called Sigion in Troas. So this is a colony east across the ocean, which is now in modern day Turkey. And you see these references to different reference books, including Copenhagen, Ashmolean Museum, things like this. So absolutely stunning and beautiful, and it's also an amazing feeling. This is one of the reasons a lot of people actually like these coins, having them without flip, and collecting this and looking this and enjoying this heirloom. This is the kind of stuff that is multi-generational, if you really think about it, multi-generational wealth that could be passed on for future generations. Oh, this coin is interesting. So this is the tiny coin I showed you a little bit earlier, but in fantastic condition. You see the size of it? It's 9 millimeters. So less than a centimeter big. Amazing design. To really think about this, right? We have the ancient Greeks having such beautiful sculptural, artistic works of art minted on their coins. And we're thinking that there was barbaric times. No, this was kind of the birth of civilization we're talking about here. We're talking about coins like this being held by some of the most important thinkers of historical times. Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, all these guys hanging out in Athens. I even have a certificate for that coin. So this is an XF, and it's an obol. Okay, next, check this one out. So this coin is Eleusis in Attica. So what's interesting is this type, is that this is Eleusian mysteries. So Eleusis is a town or an area just outside of Athens, which had important festivals. And on this coin, we have Triptolemus on favorite of Demeter, seated left in a winged chariot drawn by serpents. Triptolemus in mythology would spread seeds around the world and make plants grow because he spread them around. And on the back, we have a pig, a boar, on top of the mystical staff, the Bacchos. And on the very top, you see the letters Iliui for Eleusis. Very important and related to Athens historically. Now, check this out. This is an ancient coin of the Crusaders in Athens, Greece, under Guy de la Rouche. So on one side we have a castle, and on the other side we have the cross, the symbol of Christianity. And we're talking about 1294 AD. So this was the Duchy of Athens under the Crusaders. And that concludes this video about ancient coins of Athens. Find out more on the link to my video before. There's a link also to my eBay store. There's also a link to a whole article where I have pictures of these exact coins with links to my store. My site is TrustedCoins.com. That's my email. If you go to list.TrustedCoins.com, you can sign up to an absolutely free email list where you can get videos like this and, of course, promotions from me about various other ancient coins. But with every email you get from me, you get some sort of quality information, a video about, coin collecting, that topic and all that. It's a very interesting hobby to be a part of, and I'm glad to have shared this topic with you, because it is important and historically significant that we learn, that we study these, that we love and treasure these types for generations. So I'm looking forward to getting a nice big thumbs up for this video because you enjoyed it so much, and looking forward to dealing with you. All right, my friends, see you soon. Bye-bye.